Tonight, we report on new investments at the Port of Moses Lake, and a 14-time felon heads back to prison. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Big Bend battled it out with the Warriors from Walla Walla on the volleyball court, and a full slate of Basin soccer and volleyball are on the docket tonight. Here's a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez. Dry conditions, clear skies, and temperatures above the normal, but that will change slightly for this weekend. A cold front will approach the area. I'll have more details for you very soon.
I'm Bethany Jenks, and we have all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
More than 250 jobs and $40 million in new Japanese business investments could be coming to the Port of Moses Lake. Port of Moses Lake Executive Director Jeffrey Bishop announced 2 preliminary projects aimed to bring Japanese agricultural and high-tech manufacturing companies to the area, while White Snake could bring between $10 million and $20 million in new agricultural business. Project Springsteen is designed to recruit high-tech manufacturing companies from Japan to Grant County, with the potential for a $20 million investment in further development and expansion at the port. The announcement follows a tour of Japan by Bishop and other port officials in September. Pre-registration is open for Moses Lake's 5th annual Turkey Trot, happening on November 21st at Blue Heron Park. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
Moses Lake's 5th annual Turkey Trot is a way to celebrate the lives of loved ones who lost their lives to cancer and raise money for the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation. Perhaps the chilliest 5K run and walk in Moses Lake, the Turkey Trot starts at 9 a.m. November 21st at Blue Heron Park off Interstate 90 on Northwest Shore Drive. The event began in 2010 when a Moses Lake High School student launched it as her senior project. The event today draws at least 250 runners and walkers of all ages and raises thousands of dollars for the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation. To pre-register online for $15, go to signmeup.com and click Find Event. Type in Turkey Trot and click on Moses Lake Turkey Trot 2015. Registration fee the day of the event is $18. For information, contact Kelsey Eddy at mlturkeytrot2013@yahoo.com. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
A Moses Lake City Council candidate expressed concern about the timing of the selection of a new city manager. Mike Norman wanted the council to wait until after the November election to select a new city manager. The City Council interviewed the 5 finalists for the position on October 2nd, but hasn't announced the candidate they plan on selecting or when they will make the decision. The city began looking for a new city manager after former city manager Joe Gavinsky resigned in April. Norman pointed out 3 council positions are going to be decided after the election. Mayor Dick Dean said the issue came to the council's attention, but he felt the city needed to move forward with the search. 2 women were chased by a man in Moses Lake for several blocks on Tuesday night. The women told police they were walking in the area of North Shore Drive and North Matson Drive when a man began following them. According to Moses Lake Police, on Wednesday, the suspect reportedly jogged up to the 2 women, brushed up against one of them before getting behind them a second time. The women started running to Knowles Vista Elementary School, where a teacher called 911. At the school, he went into an open classroom and then left when he saw a school employee. Police were unable to find the suspect or provide his ethnicity, but described him as a man in his mid-30s, between 5 feet 8 inches and 6 feet tall, with a skinny body. He was last seen wearing a baseball hat, glasses, a white t-shirt, and dark shorts. Anyone with information about the suspect is asked to call the Moses Lake Police at 509-764-3887. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
Hi everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez bringing you your local weather. This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Let's take a closer look at our headlines. Nice weather pattern within the next few days. Dry conditions, warm temperatures prevail around our area. There is that chance for showers over the weekend, especially Saturday night into Sunday towards eastern parts of our states. Cooler temperatures will return as that cold front will push through, bringing drier and cooler a cooler air mass around our area. Let's take a closer look at our almanac within the past 24 hours. We started off the morning with temperatures above the normal for this time of year in the lower 50s. It should be in the upper 30s for this time of year. Maximum temperatures around 10 degrees above the normal for this time of year, and that sun setting at 6:11 p.m. And for Moses Lake, started off the morning with temperatures in the mid 30s around the normal for this time of year. Maximum temperatures above the normal, around 10 degrees above the normal, not as warm as that record high of 78 degrees, and that was in 1991, and that's sunsetting at 6:10 p.m. And right now, outside your door, clear skies prevail around our area. Temperatures in the lower 70s, dew point around 33. Those winds pushing through from the northeast up to 8 miles per hour. Dry conditions, clear skies will remain in control within the next few days. Coming through the weekends, a cold front will approach the area, bringing that threat of showers, especially for Saturday along the coastal area and towards the Cascades. Showers and thunderstorms are likely, especially through the higher elevations entering eastern parts of our state by the end of the weekend. Towards the coastal area, those maximum temperatures from the mid-60s to lower 70s with mostly cloudy skies. Towards the Yakima Valley, those maximum temperatures in the upper 70s with mostly clear skies. Taking a closer look at that in the inland northwest, those temperatures in the lower 70s, partly cloudy skies. Towards our Columbia Basin, temperatures above the normal for this time of year with mostly cloudy skies. Maximum temperatures in the mid-70s. Towards Bridgeport in the lower 70s, a little bit of cloud cover. Royal City in the mid-70s as well. Let's take a closer look at our extended forecast for the week. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. There is a gradual decrease in temperatures. And for tomorrow, Friday, in the mid-70s, temperatures above the normal. In the lower 70s by this weekend, temperatures will remain above the normal. And then coming through for the beginning of the work week, there is another decrease in temperatures. There is a slight chance of some showers for Saturday for our area, but the threat will remain towards the Cascades. And then coming through for the beginning of the work week, another threat of some showers with mostly cloudy skies. And drier conditions are expected by Tuesday into the second half of the work week with temperatures in the upper 60s. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be right back with sports.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Oh, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go Flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
Well, it was a real Donnybrook of a match between Big Bend and Walla Walla last night as two teams on the opposite end of the standings went at it in NWAC volleyball action. Here's Sean Wells with the story.
It was a big conference match for Big Bend hosting Walla Walla. The Vikings at 2-6 in the East Region were looking to pull the upset against the 6-2 Warriors. Both teams came out strong in the opening set, including Big Bend's Bryn Bowers with this monster kill.
Sets up Bowers for the big kill for Big Bend.
The Warriors took the lead late in the first set behind great defense, winning 25-22. The second set, much like the first set, was back and forth with both teams fighting for points. Bryn Bowers came up big again with this heads-up play.
This point still going. Bowers has to tip it over, find some space.
But Walla Walla came out on top, taking the set 29-27. The Warriors closed out the match in the third set, winning 26-24. Nicole Shear had 9 kills and 20 assists for Walla Walla, while Taylor Hall added 5 kills, 21 assists, and 6 digs. Bryn Bowers had 10 kills and 35 assists for Big Ben, while Kelly Foth added 5 kills and 23 assists. The Vikings are back on the court this weekend when they head to Mount Vernon to compete in the Skagit Valley crossover.
Blocked! Big Ben ties this game back up at 24-all.
And who was it with the big stop there? Seattle Mariners second baseman Robinson Cano has undergone successful surgery to repair a core muscle injury. The surgery took place in Philadelphia on Tuesday, with the recovery expected to take up to 6 weeks. It's Cano's first surgery of his career, and he will be recovering at his home in the Dominican Republic. Cano strained his abdominal muscle on July 28th and played the rest of the season unable to sprint or make quick, sudden moves without pain. Cano had a disappointing start to the season, but his stats after the injury were impressive. Cano hit for a .328 average, had 10 doubles, 10 home runs, and 37 RBIs in 58 games. Well, there are plenty of sporting events going on in and around the Basin tonight. Basin soccer action has Moses Lake at Eastmont for a huge Big 9 showdown. Freda looks to make it 4 wins in a row when the Tigers take to the pitch at Grandview. Basin volleyball has Moses Lake hosting Eastmont at 7. Wharton hosts Kittitas in 2B Central Washington Conference play. Quincy is on the road at East Valley for a CWAC contest. And Freda looks to corral the Mustangs in Prosser. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
The Dodge brothers' competitive spirit and engineering prowess started long before they built their first car, and will continue long after their latest, the most technologically advanced vehicle in its class.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the grand opening of the Wanapum Heritage Center near the Priest Rapids Dam. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held Thursday morning. Reporter Devin Higgins was there and has the story.
It was a day of celebration for the Wanapum people of Grant County as their new Heritage Center opened its doors near the Priest Rapids Dam in Mattawa. The 50,000 square foot facility took 3 years and more than $15 million to build, but thanks to a partnership with the Grant PUD, it replaces the old center which had been built upriver at the Wanapum Dam. Wanapum member Rex Buck Jr. hopes the center will serve not only as a way to preserve his people's heritage and culture, but can be a bridge between all peoples in Grant County.
It's a part of that. It's working through our common living that we live today and respecting one another's culture, traditions, and beliefs in a manner that provides us all the things that we need. And that light will continue to light and give us good things as long as we continue to come together like we are today.
The center documents the full history of the Wanapum tribe and their connection to the Columbia River, both in photographs and video presentations to artifacts both old and new. There's also classrooms and educational facilities to provide tribal members ways to record, preserve, and pass on their knowledge. Heritage Center Director Angela Buck said it was an emotional day that reminded her why she and her family began their push to get it built more than 30 years ago.
Because it's for the children, and now today, a foundation has been built for them, something special, something for them to be happy about, and all of us, that they can continue to build on it. So today, I'm glad that you're here to share this day and this time, but I'm so glad, I really am glad to see each and every one of you here, that you're taking in this day and all the good feelings. I hope you go away with a good feeling. In the beginning, that was something that was said, we need to build something that people will come in and they'll be glad and they'll want to come back again. So after today, I hope you want to come back again. Thank you.
In Mattawa, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Welcome back. A man is serving about a year in prison after he told an officer he was driving drunk and tried to flee. TJ Beatty, a 30-year-old Moses Lake resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to possession of methamphetamine and attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle. Prosecutors dropped charges of a DUI and obstructing a law enforcement officer as part of a plea agreement. Beatty has 14 previous felony convictions, and Judge John Nodal sentenced Beatty to serve a year in prison and another year on probation as part of the sentence. He is required to receive drug treatment. Beatty drove a silver Jeep up to an officer on Central Drive in December and told the officer someone threw a rock at his vehicle. Beatty slurred his speech and told the officer he drank a lot before driving. He lost control of the vehicle and crashed in Paul Lozier Memorial Park. A Quincy man was injured in a collision on State Route 281, about 2 miles south of Quincy. David Graff, a 30-year-old man, was driving a 1999 Dodge pickup truck north on SR 281 on Tuesday afternoon. He had stopped at Road 7 Northwest to make a left turn when his truck was rear-ended by a 1995 Ford pickup truck. According to the Washington State Patrol, Graff had minor injuries and was taken to Quincy Valley Medical Center. The driver of the Ford, 19-year-old Quincy man Christian Lima, was not hurt. The State Patrol issued Lima a ticket for following too closely. A woman allegedly stole 2 vehicles within 5 days and tried to steal 2 more in Moses Lake. Prosecutors charged Chanel Wolf, a 29-year-old Ephrata resident in Grant County Superior Court, with theft of a firearm, theft of a motor vehicle, attempted theft of a motor vehicle, and vehicle prowling. The first alleged theft took place on October 4th when Wolf and another woman were riding in a Ford Expedition with the victim. When they stopped at a gas station, the vehicle's owner went inside and left the vehicle running. Wolf reportedly got into the driver's seat and stole the victim's car. Roughly 5 days later, Wolf allegedly went to Samaritan Healthcare parking lot with a group of people and attempted to steal 2 vehicles using shaved keys. When the keys didn't work, she allegedly walked down the hill and found a pickup truck parked at a work site behind Safeway. The truck's owner reportedly kept the keys in the truck. Wolf got in and she drove away. In Northwest news, a high school football coach in Seattle could soon be out of a job after the school district told him he could no longer pray on the field after games. But the coach says he's going to stand his ground. KCPQ's Steve Kiggins has the details.
I told the kids, hey, you do what's right. If you don't agree with it, you challenge it.
Coach Joe Kennedy says he'll follow the district's policy and stop holding prayer in the locker room, but out on the field, he's standing his ground.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to do what I've always done, and I'm just going to do my prayer.
Kennedy's attorney from Liberty Institute sent this letter to the school district asking for a religious accommodation, which would allow Kennedy to continue his after-game prayers. Because the prayers happen after the school function, attorney Hiram Sasser says Kennedy is no longer working as a public employee.
And if players come out to the 50-yard line with him, he has no duty under the law to flee the scene.
It all started back in 2008 when players saw Kennedy praying on the 50-yard line after a game. Soon his entire team, including opponents, joined him in prayer. But the U.S. Constitution calls for the separation of church and state, meaning no prayer in public schools. The district superintendent sent out this letter outlining the rules for staff, saying talks with students may not include religious expression, including prayer. They must remain entirely secular in nature and avoid alienation of any team member.
There is no real legal leg the coach has to stand on here. He is absolutely in the wrong.
Andrew Seidel, an attorney with the Freedom from Religion Foundation, says he received a complaint in September about the after-game prayers. He believes the district is doing the right thing to protect students from religious indoctrination.
He's free to practice his religion. He just doesn't get to use a public office to impose it on children.
But Kennedy and his attorney says they're not imposing religion on anyone, and he plans to pray after Friday's homecoming game no matter what.
Are you concerned that if you do this on Friday that you may end up losing your job?
I'm not concerned about it. I really think the school district is going to do the right thing.
That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.